That's your fault, not mine that I didn't find a job. Ugh. Hi my loves, it's Amaya. So today's video I did an update. It's a chit chat, get ready with me, you know, just updating you guys on my life, what's been going on, why I haven't been here for the past 40 something days, because that's what YouTube keeps telling me. Like, I get it, okay, thanks. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Or no, I'll see you guys in the next clip. My sponge has been wet, washed and wet. Okay, so I don't have any notes or nothing. So all of this is just gonna be coming off a dome. Right now, I'm just rubbing in my skin because I know this is probably like a combination of oil and like my normal face stuff that I normally use. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. You know, I'm not gonna talk about my makeup in this because it's been so long. But what I will say is that I've been doing soap brows recently and I'm still getting like the hang of it. And also like my brows aren't done, so they don't look the best for soap brows right now. But just know that I'm putting soap in my eyebrows, so that's what I'm doing right now. Man, life has just been like a lot. Like, so I started school, and you know how school is. I feel like school is just school at this point, man. And like, honestly, I didn't really want to do school, but I'm like, bro, I only have 2 years left, a year if I really want, so like I might as well just finish this year, you know. And then I realized that I was in the co-op program, so I can't just finish like just this year, you know. I wouldn't be done in the normal, when do you normally finish? May. I'd be done in August if I did the 2 years, because I'm supposed to be in co-op. And let's just start there, because co-op in a pandemic for technology jobs is not easy. Like, I don't know what the jobs were looking like prior to the pandemic, but I remember like looking for like technology jobs and stuff. If you don't know, I'm in electronics, engineering technology for my program. So I was looking for like things of that nature prior to, because I'm like, oh, you know what, like let's see like what kind of jobs you can get and whatever. I didn't find none at the time. My poor cacti. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just hard to find a job here. But then I'm like, that can't be true, because it's engineering. Like, how is that hard to find a job in engineering? So now, because of the pandemic, I feel like it's even more difficult, because you know what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to like help you out, help you find jobs, like give you, like basically give you jobs, and then you go and you get interviewed and whatever. But that hasn't really been happening because of the pandemic, and there's only been like, of course you see the air always wants to come on when I'm filming. There's only been like, maybe, I want to say there's been 5 job postings, and then one of the job postings was due before we learned about like anything that had to do with co-op and stuff. So it's like, why would I apply to something and I don't even know like the ins and outs of how this is supposed to work, you know? So it's just kind of stupid for that one. And that one had the most positions, so it's like you would think that we would apply, but a lot of people couldn't, I feel like, because nobody knew what to do. Yeah, so there's only like 4 or 5 job postings for like a whole group of people. Like, I was looking, and maybe it's different because I'm in like the one stream, and then my co-op class has all of, not my program, but like all like the engineering people within it. Maybe that's why, but there's literally only like 5 or 6 job postings and there's like 43 people in the class. So I don't know how that's gonna work. That's none of my business, whatever. And mind you, on top of that, like, yo, post-secondary education is such a teeth, bro. Like, why am I spending, they said it costs $595 for you to be in the co-op program, to pay like the co-op fees and whatever. And they're like, yeah, but if you don't get a job, then you don't get the money back. It's, bitch, what the fuck you mean I would get my money back? I spent $600 and I'm not even gonna be making it back. That's your fault, not mine that I didn't find a job. That's not my fault that I didn't find a job. That's your fault. Like, what? And especially in a pandemic, like, you think they would be more like forgiving here? Listen, let me tell you, like, people are actually rude. Like, professors don't care. These university people, these college people, they don't care. They don't care about you guys, okay? And if you think they do, you're lying, because they don't. So yeah, so that's one thing that I've been dealing with, like co-op stuff and like applying to jobs and learning about my resume and like what to do, because you know I've had jobs before. Like, that's not like, I know how to find a job, I guess, but they help you like learn how to do a cover letter and learn how to like really do your resume and stuff. And I didn't know, like, all the knowledge I had about my resume was the knowledge I learned back in, when was it, like grade 9, grade 10 maybe. And you know, they had like this thing, I forget what it's called, but that's what I always give to my siblings whenever they like need to build their resume. I give them this website, I forget what it was called, but that's what I got in like grade 10. And that's all I knew about resumes and like cover letters and stuff. Mind you, I never write cover letters whenever I am applying for jobs, because I think cover letters are just so stupid. Like, you don't see in my resume what I can do. Why do I have to write? Like, what more do you want from me? Like, ugh. Like, you guys already want me you already want me to tweak my resume for you, and then you want me to write a cover letter on top of that? Oh my god. Like, who has the time, bro? Not me. What is going on here? It's like, what more do you want from me? Like, bro, life is hard enough and y'all want me to write a cover letter on top of that? Leave me alone. And then on top of that, so like school, and then you guys know I was looking for a car, because that was my last video that I posted, the car thing. And guys, I actually stopped looking for a car because I decided that it just wasn't my time. Like, I just that's what I decided. And I don't like when, see, there's certain things that people can rush me for sure, like definitely, but like, especially when it comes to spending my own money, I feel like that's something that you just can't rush. So I took it upon myself to stop looking for a car, because I just wasn't ready to look for a car. I wasn't sure what I wanted. You know, I was confused, and clearly other people were confused too. And let me tell you a story about the car that I was going to get. So mind you, I'm on reading week right now, so I'm like living my life. Anyway, so I'll tell you a story. This happened sometime in September. Yeah, sometime in September. And remember I told you guys, I don't know if you watched that last video, then you would know that I really wanted a Mazda CX-5 2013. It's so good on gas. Like, I forget what the gas mileage was. So I was like, oh my god, that's so good. That's comparable to a lot of like just sedans, right? So I'm like, yep, this is what I want. This is whatever. But you know, I quickly realized that it was out of my price range. So I decided that I wasn't gonna get it. But then I saw one that was just a little bit out of my price range, but I'm like, you know what, it's what I want. therefore I will sacrifice my price range. You know, people were telling me, Amaya, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. I was willing to sacrifice the price. Okay, they were like, Amaya, you can't have all these things. You can't have good on gas and SUV and all-wheel drive and blah, 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 and this and this and this. And I'm like, but I can though, so what are you saying? Anyway, so do I want to use a sponge or do I want to use a brush? Ooh, I didn't think this through. We were looking online, we found this Mazda CX-5, looked so nice, and I was like, this is it. We went to go see it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting such good vibes from everybody, like from the dealer guy. It was a smaller dealership. I'm like getting such good vibes, and my mom was like, I really should shave my mustache. Hold on, let me just take off this mustache real quick. Hold on. So where was I? Okay. So we went to the dealership, got great vibes from the guy, and I talked to my mom like as I was driving the car, and I was like, Mom, I think this might be the car. And she was like, oh, how much is it, blah 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 blah. She was like, you should ask him if he could do better on the price. So I was like, you know what, yeah, let's see. So I went to him and I was like, yo sir, can you do better on this price? And he essentially said, sorry, you know, I just did my lips. Anyway, he essentially said, no, I can't. He was like, I'll put in an extra 6 months powertrain warranty for you. You know, it's a good car. I'll just put that in for free. You know, normally it's like $200, whatever. And so I was like, all right, whatever. So I sent my mom to go check out the car because I was real serious about it. And she talked to him about it, and she was like, sir, you can do better on this price. Stop playing. And so he was like, you know what? Fine. I'll give you $300 off. I can help you with the taxes or whatever. And so she was like, okay, thanks. So she was like, you know, that's still not a lot of money, but you know, whatever. So we go from there. And so I talked to my dad about it, because you know my dad is in this process too. There's a lot of people in this process. I talked to my dad about it, and he's like, no. And I was like, what do you mean no? He was like, a Mazda? He said Mazdas are terrible. I said, oh my god, that's not what I heard. He was like, no, I don't trust Mazda. He said, I wouldn't even buy a Mazda to sell a Mazda. That's how bad Mazdas are. And I was like, Dad, stop. I was like, this is a car that I want. And he was like, I don't think you should get it because Mazdas are unreliable, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we move from there, and I decide to be a terrible child and not listen to my father. And I said, I'm gonna get it anyway. I'll just tell him after the fact. So then I go ahead and I text the guy, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get this car. So I'm like, yep, I want to go through with it. And he's like, oh, great to hear. I'll send you over the paperwork, right? And so my mom's like, oh, may just confirm with him everything, you know, make sure that you're getting the 6 months warranty, make sure that you're getting the, she said, make sure you're getting 6 months warranty, make sure you're getting like the $300 off, you know, just make sure about everything, confirm everything before. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I text him and I'm like, yeah, sir, just making sure that I'm gonna get like $300 off and like the 6 month powertrain warranty. And you know what he says? He said, no. I said, what you mean no? He goes, since I'm giving you $300 off, I'm gonna lower the warranty to, I'll give you 3 months warranty. So I was like, wow. And I said, okay then, like period, like this is the car that I want, this is what I'll do. And so I tell my mom that, and she's on like her anniversary thing with my stepdad, and she's like, I don't like that. And I was like, what do you mean you don't like that? And she tells my stepdad, and he was like, I don't like that. And I was like, what do you mean y'all don't like that? Like, huh? And they're like giving me all these reasons. They're like, but you know what, it's up to you. And I was like, I said, not up to me. And so yeah, they're like, yeah, it's up to you. You know what, see how your grandma feels, because I'm putting the car underneath my grandma's name for insurance, right? And so I talked to my grandma and she's like, no, I don't like that either. And I'm like, damn. And so then she was like, you know, I'll just talk to him tomorrow, give me his number, blah, blah. But you know what? By the next day, I realized that it just wasn't for me. And so then the next day, everyone wanted to start helping me find a car because they're like, okay, clearly she ain't having no luck. Let me help her out a little bit. And so they tried to help, and I just wasn't having it because that was the car that I want, and everybody just ruined it for me. So yeah, so I was very upset. I went to a couple of other dealerships, like, you know, after I got over the fact that I couldn't get that CX-5, I got over it, whatever. I went to a couple other dealerships, looking at new cars and stuff, and you know, everybody thought that they had it. You know, my mom and my stepdad thought that I would get a new car. They thought I had made up my mind, and I hadn't. They're like, yeah, we went to go see these cars today, these new cars, so many options, blah, blah, blah. And I just still wasn't ready. I just was like, I'm not ready for, I don't know if I'm ready for financing. I don't know if I'm ready to spend all that money on like one car. Like, bro, SUVs are expensive, bro. Expensive. And I just don't have like expensive money like that. And so I was like, yeah, you know what, I just wasn't ready, you know. So I just took it upon myself to stop talking about it. And so I just stopped talking about it. Hold on. So I just stopped talking about it, you know, because I just wasn't ready for it. So yeah, but everybody really thought, I really thought that I would, you know, get a car soon, and then I just didn't, you know. So yeah, but now it's reading week. I took it upon myself and I was like, you know what, no. A couple days before reading week, I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna get a car this reading week, period. Like, I'm so tired of not having my own car. Like, honestly, once you get your own car, it's so hard to go back to sharing a car. Like, right now I'm sharing a car with my mom, and I'm so grateful because she's working from home. So most of the time it's honestly like my car. It's just those few times where it's like inconvenience, where it's like, oh, I need to use the car, my mom needs to use the car, but I need to go to work or something like that, you know. So yeah, so I'm really grateful that I have her car to use. And then even the other day I took my stepdad's car. So thank God, you know, that I have these options and stuff. But it's time for me to get my own car. And it's not like I've been saving money because, like I said, I've been using my mom's car. And at first my mom was real nice about it. She was like, oh, you know, just tell me how much gas you spent, how much money you spent on gas, I'll give it back to you. Now my mom don't do that no more because she realized that I be the one driving the car. She's like, yeah, you're like, why am I paying for gas if you're the one who's driving it all the time? I was like, oh, I said, you right, okay, righty. So yeah, ooh, this looks real good. So that's what's been going on. So I decided the car, I'm gonna get a car this week, and I will, you know, obviously update you guys, like see when we get a car. Maybe I'll like film it, who knows. But we're getting a car this week, and people might think that I'm playing, but I'm not. Like, it's happening this week. I don't care. Like, one thing about me, I don't want to use this, I lied. One thing about me is that if I say it's going to happen, then it's gonna happen, okay? And that's just it. Like, call it manifestation if you want. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't care what you want to call it. Just know that if I say something, that's what's gonna happen. And that's just how it's always been. It might take a little while, but just know if I say something, that's what's gonna happen. All right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the Cancer in me, who knows. But yeah, so I'm getting a car this week. No ifs, ands, or buts. But yeah, so that was my life. And then that was the car situation, you know. And so I've been carless for like a month, because I was carless August, September, and now it's late October. So yeah, about 3 months now. So yeah, and then in between that time, school started, which is another reason why like I didn't want to look for cars, because I feel like whenever I go into my first semester of the school year, like this happened these past two like first semesters, these past 2 terms, but I would go into the term and it would just be so bad because I'm always like preoccupied with something else. So I'm always like behind in my courses because I'm preoccupied with something else, and I'm like putting I'm prioritizing that one thing over my classes because I want this one thing to just be over with. And I felt like that's what I was doing with this car, and I'm like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna do that for this because I can't afford to do poorly, you know. So when it comes to school now, like not even just co-op, just like school in general, oh my goodness, school has been, I thought I would like it because it's online. Like I don't mind online learning, but it's just like to the point where like teachers don't really be like accommodating you like that, and I just don't appreciate it. Like the other day, I had to hand in one of my labs late because, you know, normally the professor said that he would post the lab early, and this is the lab that's supposed to do like day of, handed in day of, you know, like those type of labs, so you don't have like extra time to do it or whatever. So he said that he would post the lab early. He never posted the lab early, and the last time I did the lab, because this was my second lab, the last time I had done the lab, he had posted it early, so I was prepared to do it the day of, because I had finished some of it the day before, if that makes sense. So I had to go, and I was trying to do this lab, and I work the same days that I have that lab due. So the lab is from 12 to 2, and then I work from I go to work starting at 2, so I have to be at work at 2, and then the lab is due at 3 o'clock. Okay, so I'm in the lab, I'm doing the lab, and I'm freaking out because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, mind you, I'm barely paying attention in lecture because, bro, lectures are so boring. It's just so boring, and so I just can't, because they're just that boring, you know, like they're just hard to sit through. It's painful. So I am there, I'm trying to do the lab, it's not working, and so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to take an L on this. I'll take the 10% off, because that's how it is, you know, that's how it be sometimes, you know, you can't get it, so it's like you'll just take the penalty, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, I'll hand it in like the next day or like later on that same evening, because after 3 it's 10% off. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll just take that up. So I'm there, I'm at work, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going wrong with my program and why my lab isn't working. And so, you know what, after hours, like literally hours, because at work I can do my schoolwork. So I'm at work, I'm looking things up, I'm looking at the lecture slides that the lab is based off of. I still can't find anything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like, I have no idea what's going on here. So what else to do but email your professor? So I email my professor and I'm like, sir, I don't know what's going on with my lab. Like, you know, if you could just take a look at it and see where it went wrong. That's it, because I know my code was right. I knew it was something simple. I just couldn't put my finger on it because, you know, like, so I emailed him and I was like, yeah, you know, sir, like, if you can just help me, you know, blah, blah, blah. So mind you, he emails me back. So I sent him an email at like maybe 5 or 6 p.m, if that. He didn't email me back until like literally 11 p.m. at night. Fine, whatever. And you know what that man said? He said, I can't answer questions about the lab because it's not during the lab. Okay, so what if I had a question and I had submitted the lab and I just wanted a question about my lab? Does that make any sense to you, sir? Help me out with the stupid question. Like, you had time to write out that short little email. You couldn't just take a look at my thing that you're an expert in. Like, I know I'm not dumb. I know that wasn't a hard thing. So I emailed him back and I'm like, I said, yeah, sorry, sir. Yeah, it's a very easy thing. We're in a pandemic. You should be more accommodating because you don't know what I'm going through right now. Okay? Like, you literally have no idea what I'm dealing with at home. Okay? So I don't understand why you're being so difficult. Help me out. Aren't I paying you to help me? Aren't I paying you to help me learn? Help me learn. I don't understand what's going on. I've been looking at it for hours. He goes, and then, so I basically say that, and he sends me something back saying, oh, yeah, I understand, but you should have been there during the lab, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, oh, but I'll help you this one time. As you should. But by the time he emailed me, because it was it was literally the next day he emailed me back, and I had figured it out already. Like, oh my goodness, don't get me started. Me and that professor have beef, okay? Like, I had literally figured it out already by the time he emailed me back. My hours of me searching things up on the internet, I couldn't find nothing. Hours of me looking through his stupid lectures, and I couldn't find nothing. And so I figured it out on my own right after, and he sent me that after I figured it out and submitted it. So I'm like, yeah, I was there during the lab. Don't worry about it because I figured it out. Thanks though. Cha, get me so angry. And so that's like, you know, that's the type of people that I'm dealing with in this foolish school. Like, are you kidding me? You can't help me with my lab that I pay you for? Like, sir, what? It just don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. If it makes sense to you, good for you, but that just don't make no sense to me, okay? At all. So yeah, that was that. And then just honestly all around, it's just been really different doing school because it's like, it's not in person. I'm such a hands-on type of person. Like, that's literally why I chose my program, because it was filled with labs and hands-on type things, and I really enjoy hands-on things. You know, I'm really good at labs, so that's literally why I chose this program for the most part. And they want to tell me that I can't be in class no more, and I'm like, but that's what I signed up for. I'm like, isn't that what I paid you guys for? But now I'm at home doing the labs. Like, but I have one class that's in class that I go into my school for, and I'm really grateful for it because I actually really like that class because once again it's hands-on. So yeah, so I love that class. But that class I just talked about with the professor, that's dumb. I don't like, well, actually I don't mind that class because it's a coding class. I like coding. I discovered my like for it in first year at Carleton. Thanks, whatever that professor's name was. So yeah, so that has been literally my life. Like, it's just been so up and down with school, and I've been trying to work too. And like, not to say that work is difficult or anything like that, it's definitely not. Like, I'm so grateful for my job, like the job that I have. Like, God bless. I'm never getting rid of that job as long as I'm in school because it's just such a good job for school. But I've just, you know, and then I had my aunt's wedding, and we were like preparing for that, and I had to like practice her makeup and stuff because she wanted me to do her makeup for it. And that was like not difficult, but you know, I just had to really think about it because I don't be doing people's makeup. I just be doing my own makeup. Wow, my cheeks are rosy. I just be doing my own makeup. But you know how it's a common trend, like a lot of people think that because you can do your makeup, you can do other people's makeup, and that's just not the case for a lot of people, because I know my face, I don't know your face, but we figured it out. She looked good, thank God. She was real happy with it. Hopefully the pictures turned out well with her makeup and stuff. Oh, ew. What the fuck? And yeah, I already know that this video is long because I'm on minute 19 and my last clip was already like 29 minutes. So I apologize. I've just been trying to get my shit together with school because, like I said, for the first part of school, I was literally looking for a car and I just wasn't on top of my game thing. And like I tried to film, like I filmed like a back to school supplies haul thing because I love back to school supplies. I really do. I don't know, I think I started editing it and then I hated it, so then I stopped editing it. And then I filmed like a video like this already back in like late September around this time, and I was looking at the footage of it like a couple days ago because I just filmed it. I didn't edit it because I was just so busy with like the wedding and school and everything like that. And so I looked at it and I'm like, no, I absolutely hate this. So this isn't going up either. So that's just what life has been, just a bunch of no's. But oh my goodness, I completely forgot to tell you guys, so in the midst of all this, while I was getting like, you know, my shit together and whatever, I was applying for scholarships and bursaries and stuff because I decided this year that I didn't want to take out loans because I already have like a lot of loans for school, and I feel like if I'm in college, which is literally half as much as university tuition, then like I shouldn't have to be taking out loans for it, you know, if that makes sense. Like being at Carleton put me like $8,000 in debt just for that 1 year, and mind you, that's actually a lot lower than I know maybe some other people's debt is. Maybe it's higher, I don't know, I don't care, but that already put me in debt enough, and I don't even go there no more, okay? So I decided that this year I'm just looking to see what else I want to do to my face. I'm so sorry. So this year, yeah, I decided that I didn't want to take out any more loans because it just didn't make any sense to me. Because like, why am I taking out loans when, one, it's already cheaper than what I would have paid in university, and two, if it's even it's going to be even cheaper this semester because of COVID, because they like, you know, they took off some things for COVID and whatever they say they did. I don't care. So, you know, I decided that I didn't want to go into any more debt than I had already went into. So I decided to apply for some scholarships and stuff, and honestly my school made it so easy, God bless, because it was just like, you just had to fill out the general bursary thing. Oh, this is breaking. You just had to fill out the general bursary thing, and then you could fill out like, you could apply for more after that. So I applied for some scholarships because, child, like I said, I don't want to be in any more debt. And I actually got a couple. Like, I got a couple bursaries, I got a scholarship, and I'm just like, I'm so happy. I still had to pay a few $100s for my tuition and stuff, but bro, most of it is covered by my scholarships and my bursaries, and I'm just so grateful for that. Sorry, I'm still looking, see what else I need to do to my face. I think this is like it. I just need like, oh, hello stomach, my eyelashes, lips, and whatever. Yeah, I'm just so grateful because I did not want to go into any more debt, and yeah, so super happy about that. Go into any of those things. Ooh, this does not look good. Stop putting this on my God. I wish I would stop. That's what I wish I would do. I wish I would just stop. That's it. Like, that's all I want myself to do, is just to stop, AMAYA, please. Girl, I don't even know when to stop. Like, I wish I would get a noise that would be nice. I don't know when this stopped, but I'll just basically say that like I said, I don't know right now. So I'll say that I got a bursary. I got one because I was black. Because one of the questions was, do you identify as black? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I got one. It was only like a couple $100s, but you know, a couple $100 is better than nothing. Can I get an amen? Amen. So where's mine? Can I put on eyelashes? No, I'm not gonna put on eyelashes. It's so pretty though. But yeah, I got one specifically because I was black, so that means that it's out there for everybody. So basically what I was saying was, I know it's probably too late to apply to a bursary for your school for this term, like this semester, but if you can, try and apply for next term. And then I know that there's always like scholarships and stuff going around. And mind you, I feel like if I wasn't like so lazy, because the issue with scholarships is, and like those big scholarships, is that, you know, multiple people apply, and then it's like you take your time, like so much time out your time, and then you don't even get it, and you're like, damn, what the hell was the point? You know, like I remember when I did that back in grade 12 when I was applying for some scholarships and bursaries. Oh, this is so annoying. Yeah, and I was applying for like some scholarships and bursaries and whatever. And I took so much time, like they wanted like things from different teachers and stuff. They wanted like recommendation letters for different teachers, whatever. And I did all of that and I still didn't get none of them. And I'm like, bro, how embarrassing, because I'm not like that. I'm not that type of person to ask people for things. Like I just don't like doing that. But like I had to do so much and I didn't even get it. Like I wasn't even close. Like I'm pretty sure by the time I submitted the application they had already chose someone, which is so dumb to me, because why have a deadline if you're gonna choose someone before the deadline, you know? Anyway, I'm fine. I'm not salty. It's whatever. I completely forgot that I should have used my girl Alicia's new palette and stuff. For the next video, I will be sure to do that, because oh my goodness, I completely forgot. In her lashes, like I put on too much mascara to put on lashes already. Next video. Oh my gosh. Next video. I'm gonna just let that sit for now. I'm not gonna do my hair. I'm probably just gonna put this product in it that I got the other day from the beauty supply store, because that's all I do is go to the beauty supply. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know, we're trying to get up there, so just subscribe because you enjoyed this. You enjoyed my update video. Thank you so much. But yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see from me. I just got some flexi rods, so I want to do those. I haven't done them in years, like literally. Oh my god, I think the last time I did flexi rods, probably like grade 8, grade 9, easily. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see from me. I'll be happy to do it. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.